Hello students, welcome to InstaOwl Science class where we believe in democratizing education for all. Students, before we begin learning how organisms reproduce, let's first ask, why do they reproduce at all? Living beings need food, air, and water to stay alive. But reproduction isn't necessary for the survival of just one individual. Yet, without it, life would eventually vanish. Like a tree that drops seeds before it falls, reproduction ensures life continues beyond one generation. It's the process through which living organisms produce new ones of the same kind, passing on similar features. And through these similarities, we are able to recognize, group, and make sense of the diversity of life around us. Let's say you look into the mirror and notice that your nose looks just like your dad's, or your smile is just like your mom's. It's no coincidence. Across all forms of life, humans, animals, even tiny bacteria, offspring often share striking similarities with their parents. But why do living beings resemble their parents so closely? The answer lies in a common design, a body blueprint that's shared across generations. This design isn't just drawn out like an architect's plan. It's stored deep within each cell in something called DNA. DNA, which means deoxyribonucleic acid, is like a carefully written instruction manual tucked away in the cell's nucleus. It's responsible for passing on body features from one generation to the next. But it doesn't just store information, it also gives step-by-step directions for making proteins, tiny workers that build and run every part of the body. So, when there's even a small change in this instruction manual, the proteins can change too. And that may lead to slight differences in how an organism looks or functions. Now, think about what happens during reproduction. Whether it's a single cell dividing or a plant producing seeds, there's one essential step that always takes place: copying DNA. The cell has to make a full copy of its DNA before passing it on. This copying is done using precise chemical processes. Once complete, the two identical DNA strands are ready to go into new cells. But here's something to consider. Copying DNA alone isn't enough. A cell isn't just DNA. It's like a fully equipped workshop. It needs tools, parts, and space to function. So, along with copying the DNA, the cell also builds a complete cellular structure, including membranes, cytoplasm, and other cell parts. Finally, the entire cell splits into two, and now each new cell has everything it needs to survive and grow. But if there's a major error while copying DNA, it could lead to faulty proteins and a non-functional cell. In such cases, the cell might not survive. But thankfully, most changes are minor and safe. In fact, they are one of the reasons life on Earth is so wonderfully varied. That's how we get diversity in living organisms. Small changes that don't stop life but slowly shape it in different ways. Moving ahead, let's switch on the Insta lights and highlight the key takeaways. First, we saw how DNA as the body blueprint stores all the instructions that decide an organism's structure and traits. Then we moved to reproduction through DNA copying, where we understood that cells make copies of DNA and build complete structures before dividing. And finally, we learned that variations create diversity, as small changes during DNA copying lead to the differences we see in living organisms around us. Keep learning and stay tuned with InstaOwl. Bye!